All right, well, good afternoon. This is Carbon County Commissioner Chris Lukasevich. Over the next few minutes, I thought I would just share some insights in regards to the petition process. If you are a county resident contemplating or in the midst of running for county level office. Now, the period for Democratic, Republican nominees, that petition period opened 14 February and will run through 7 March. I was originally going to do a public service ad on the Carbon County Commissioner's Facebook page, but I wanted a little bit more freedom of conversation, freedom of commentary. So I decided to do it on my own Facebook page. Now, if you are a candidate who desires to be on the May primary ballot, that is, you're running as a Republican or a Democrat, the petition period has started. You should have been down to the Bureau of Elections at 44 Susquehanna Street to pick up your petition nomination packet. And this particular packet, which they did a good job putting together, consists of 6 elements, right? There was the campaign finance reporting law book. There was a Carbon County candidates handbook. Oh, that green screen is messing it up. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania petition. And I'm going to show you all these, so don't worry about it. You had a candidate's affidavit, a waiver of expense account report affidavit, and then the State Ethics Commission statement of financial interest. And I'm going to discuss those 4 forms real quickly here. I will tell you that the Carbon County candidates little guidebook that has been put together is a pretty darn good document. So if you refer to that regularly, normally, religiously, I think you'll be in pretty good shape filling out these forms. And you should not be at all intimidated by the forms, nor should it create any reluctance on your part to run because of things like the financial filing requirements that you may have to do, depending on the amount of expenditures planned or actually expended. So I'm going to go ahead and go over these forms real quick with some examples. And again, I want to emphasize the petition period runs from the 14th of February through the 7th of March. For those wishing, Democrats, Republicans, county residents, registered voters in Carbon County who wish to be on the ballot for the primary. Now, on March 8th through August 1st, those who are not affiliated with the Democrats or the Republicans have a period of nomination papers, right? So the nomination papers are really petitions for all intent and purposes, very similar document where you need signatures. Keep in mind that for these petitions, county level race, you need 100 signatures. And I'm specifically talking about county row offices, not the magisterial court, school directors, borough offices, or township offices. All right. I'm going to keep my focus on that which I know. I'm going to step away just for a sec here. I'm going to grab one more sheet and I'll be right back with you. Okay, got it. All right. So the races that are up, the commissioners, all 3 commissioners, the controller, the recorder of deeds, coroner, DA, prothonotary, and sheriff. So you actually have 9 billets or positions that are up. All right, commissioners, controller, recorder of deeds, coroner, DA, prothonotary, sheriff. So I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share, and I'm going to jump over to the first form, and I suspect most candidates already have these and are already out on the street or hosting events to get their minimum of 100 signatures. All right. All right, let's see, we got this. All right, so right now I'm sharing my screen, and what you should be seeing. Here it comes. It's getting ready to pop up there. There it is. Okay. Let me see if I can get a full screen there. Let's see if we can get that full. That's about it there. All right. All right. So there is the petition, right? Pretty simple to fill out. I highlighted it, right? We're in Carbon County. The electoral district for county level office is, of course, Carbon. You go down to the third line, Republican or Democrat, right? Fourth line is Board of Elections, right, for Carbon. The name of the candidate, your current profession or occupation. For me, I stick in there elected official. Your residence down, follow that by in the next line, right? You're looking at right here. You're looking at the year 2023 as a candidate for the office you're running for. Remember, 9, 3 commissioners, and then the other 6 row offices, and then the term of office. Now, it's important to understand that you have 30 potential signatures per petition. So you, of course, want to get the signature of the elector, the printed name of the elector, their house or street number, right? So 1211, perhaps. Street, Center Avenue, Jim Thorpe, date of signing. And that must fall between the 14th and the 7th. And again, you're looking for a minimum of 100 signatures. Recommendation is normally always have more than 100 in case your petitions are challenged by someone. All right, so it's best to go ahead and get more than 100. Now recall, there's a second side. And again, you have 15 through 30 on the second page. So the petition signing is pretty easy. Just make sure all the blocks are filled. That information needs to be entered by the individual who is signing your petition. Bear in mind, if you're a Democrat, it has to be a Democrat who is signing, registered in Carbon County. Likewise, if you're a Republican candidate for the May primary, signature needs to be from the same party. Given that you can sign for as many petitions as there are offices up for elections, right? Signers can only sign as many petitions as there are offices up for elections. And really what it should be is the signers can only sign as many petitions as there are, train going by, that you can vote for. So in the controller, DA, prothonotary, sheriff, 1. Commissioners, you can vote for up to 2. So therefore, you can sign for 2 petitions. You can sign 2 petitions. So for 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans, depending upon your party. Now, once that form is completed, the individual who was circulating the petition, and many times, right, you have the candidate out there, you might hand some petitions to a friend, a campaign worker for you to also be a circulator. But the affidavit of the circulator is that individual who circulated the petition. Often it is the candidate, but I will tell you just as often, you're passing them, having friends and families and others get signatures for you, right? So it's a real simple form to fill out, right? All right. The county, social security number of the circulator. Then you can pre-fill out some of the information like your name, street address, post office, city, borough, township. Don't sign it, right? Wait until you're in front of a notary public. This has to be notarized, each and every one. Often what you'll see, if I'm doing 5 or 6 of them myself, I would wait and have all 5 or 6 of them signed at the same time. It's also a technique to have those who are circulating for you either all come together and have one person notarize all of them at one time, or they can go and individually have it done. Again, it costs money, so normally what I do, bring everyone together, have a notary readily available who can sit there and sign them in one fell swoop. But again, keep in mind, you need 100 of them if you're running for county level office. All right, candidates affidavit. Let's go ahead and talk about the affidavit. All right, there it is. All right, this is basically saying you desire to be a candidate and you're going to adhere to election laws to include campaign financing reporting requirements. Real easy, right? Your personal information, standard name line, right? Your address, municipality in which you reside, office for which you are seeking your nomination, an email address, and name as it appears, as you wish it to appear on the ballot. It can be a derivative of your name. For example, if my name were Christopher, but I go by Chris, I could use Chris versus Christopher. All right, you have to be cautious of that. All right, and again, this is another form that does require the seal from a notary public. And again, like I said, telephone number, city, borough, township, these types of things you can fill in prior. Again, signature, you wait till you get to the notary, they will confirm it with a picture ID and complete it. All right, so that's that affidavit. Next one, waiver of expense account report affidavit. If you were going to expend more than $250, you are going to have to file reports. And I'm going to talk about a few of those reports or dates that will have to be filed in just a few moments. If you don't expect to expend more than $250 for your campaign, you can sign this form. This will preclude the necessity to do financial reporting for 2023. And right there it says, I have it highlighted. I'll blow that up a little bit here, all right? He or she does not intend to form a political committee or receive contributions or make expenditures in excess of $250 during any reporting period. But you still got to keep your records of contributions so that in case you go over that $250, then you will have to go ahead and do the reporting. There are 5 reporting periods that you're going to have to be concerned with. second Friday pre-primary, so that's on up until expenditures up until May 1st, right? Then after the primary, 30 days after June 5th, you'll have another reporting requirement. And then what you do is the second Friday pre-election in November, which is late October, 10/23, and then again 30 days after the general election, if you had advanced from, of course, the primary onto the general election. You can close out your report, and you will see on the campaign finance forms, should you have to do those, that you can make it your final report at any time that it is necessary to do so, because you didn't, you were unsuccessful, perhaps advancing. And then I did have to mention, though, that fifth report, that's the annual report where you wrap it all up. So again, make sure if you're going to exceed $250, or if you're going to form a political committee, which you can do, such as mine, which was C4, Chris Ford, Carbon County Commissioner, you're going to have to do those report requirements. Again, 5 of them. And then you can either close it out, make it your final, or you can continue to go ahead and do those reports. All right, so that's that form. All right. Now the next one, here it is. Let me get down to it. Oh no, it was gone. All right. All right, State Ethics Commission Statement of Financial Interests. All right, here it is. All right, the directions are all there for every block. It's not a difficult one, to be honest. Just follow the instructions, right? First 2 pages, cover sheet, instructions, and then you get down to it. Last name, first name, middle initial, your address. Now in block 03, that's your status, right? Right, public official, right, is current. Now, this was, I'm going to tell you, this was a form that I had to fill out about a month ago. It is not my current one that I would use, because what you would actually be doing is, as a candidate, you would be filling in A, right, candidate. Now, again, this is an example that I'm simply showing, so disregard public official current. This was my annual report requirement. Public position or public office seeking, right? That one would be seeking, right? If I was actually running, right? And using this form for running. Government entity, Carbon County, occupation or profession, what I am, the year, this is for the previous year, 2022. And then it starts asking about any real estate interests that you may have, creditors you may have, and then direct or indirect sources of income. See the instructions about if you were provided gifts, transportation, lodging, hospitality, sign it and date it. So those are the 4 forms that you have to be conscientious of. And again, keep in mind, right? Petitions, first and foremost, that's the most important. Need 100 of those. Then you're doing your candidate's affidavit. Then your waiver of expense account report affidavit. Again, more than $250 you're expending, you're going to be doing 5 reports unless you fail to progress from the primary to the general election, right? You have 1 second Friday pre-primary, 30 days after the primary, second Friday pre-general election, 30 days after, and then finally wrap it all up with your annual report. But they're not difficult to do, to be honest. So again, I want to recommend a couple things, right? Read the Carbon County candidates. Let me go ahead. let me go ahead and do something right here real quick. I'm gonna go to blur my background. All right. I mean, this isn't, all right. Ooh, there it is. Right, Carbon County Candidates Guidebook. Good document, right? Go ahead and read that, and you'll get through this without much of a problem. Of course, importantly, if you have questions, although they can't provide legal advice, they can provide general voter information, filling out form guidance. Call the election office at 570-325-4801, 570-325-4801. Don't be late with getting your petitions in, right? Again, county level documents, county level offices, at least 100 signatures. Better to have a few too many than someone to come and challenge them and to find out one of your petition signers was not actually a registered voter, no longer is in Carbon County, whatever the case may be. Now, again, you can get an election roll, the complete voter roll, from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Just go to Department of State, play around in there, and you can see you can get the entire voter roll for Carbon County. You can get it for the entire state. It used to be around $20, but I can't recall what it is anymore. So again, this is Carbon County Commissioner Chris Lukasiewicz. Just want to provide a brief overview of the necessary forms to be filled out running as a candidate, specifically at the county level. And again, I want to emphasize 14 February, 7 March. Those are petitions, right? Nomination petitions, because you're either you're either a Democrat or the Republican wanting to get on the ticket, right? For the November election. You gotta get through that primary first. If you're non-affiliated, independent, the birthday party, whatever party other than the two major parties, your petition period actually starts 8 March through 1 August. But this is what I want to caution you. It is not 100 signatures. There's a formula that is used based upon the last election. So when you pick up your packet or your nomination papers on 8 March, the election office will tell you the number of signatures that are required for you as a non-major party candidate. Again, let me emphasize, if you're running as an independent, non-affiliated, the birthday party, the Green Party, right? The number of signatures that you need differs from the 100, right? So you need to ensure you get that information from the election office, 44 Susquehanna Street, when you pick up your nomination papers on 8 March. So this is Carbon County Commissioner Chris Lukasiewicz. Hope everyone is having a wonderful President's Day weekend as we recognize the service of both Washington and Lincoln on this day. Take care. Have a great day. Back in the office, it seems like in about no time, tomorrow morning. All county offices are closed. Take care.